bounce, pass,
sports,
pass, kick, pass, dunk it,
What?
funk it,
Sure.
serve it,
Here.
work it, jocular. We're about to get jocular.
Welcome to Jocular. Wow, I'm your fight master, they, them.
And I am Katie Kershaw, she, her.
And we are missing a third voice that you've become familiar with. Rest in peace, Tien Tran.
Tien Tran is alive. She is out of town, and we just can't talk about what she's doing yet, but it's a good thing that she's out of
I just
town.
can't imagine she would be alive and missing the pod. That's just all I'm saying.
She's very much alive.
Okay. Well, Tien can't be with us today because she's passed, but we have a special guest joining us, an Olympian, an incredible career. I kind of want to save all the details for her to share.
Yes. Yes.
So first, we're going to talk about what's hot in the group chat.
And what's mainly hot in the group chat is all of the queer drama in the WNBA. And it's all over my TikTok feed. And it's like everyone is like, if y'all had told me that the WNBA was this messy, I would have started watching a long time ago. We've been trying to tell you.
You thought that a league that had all these queer players, you thought they maybe weren't going to be touching each other? Are you a pervert?
Are you a pervert? Answer me now. Are you a pervert?
Are you a pervert? Because I literally can't imagine being around a bunch of other queer athletes and not touching them. Because you know why? I'm not a pervert.
That's right. We aren't perverts. Okay, so where does it start? We've got Dewana Bonner, plays for the Connecticut Sun, and just entered the top 5 in scoring.
Which I will say, and I said this before we started recording, Dewana Bonner is the most like silent killer that the WNBA has, because she's like so elegant and tall and long that you don't realize what like an absolute force she is.
Absolutely
Dominating right now. But in order to enter the top 5 in scoring, she had to pass her ex-wife's record. Her ex-wife is Candace Dupree, another player.
And what's really kind of like romantic is that the shot she took to break the record was off of a pass from her fiance, Alyssa Thomas.
I don't want to be dramatic. You know that. You know that I try so hard not to be dramatic.
You were not dramatic at all.
Thank you for saying that.
I would say,
my God.
Absolutely not dramatic.
But if my scoring record was broken by my ex off of an assist from her new partner, I would disappear myself. I know we can't say what I mean, but I would disappear myself.
Yeah, we can't say it for a good reason. That's not something we can say. If that happened to you, which thinking of your exes, it would be iconic for that to somehow
for any of my exes to beat me in scoring is just the most psychotic thought.
It's really funny.
All the world's tiniest femmes. Rest in peace. Okay, give us the next lesbian update.
Okay, so then we have Dejanay Carrington and Nalissa Smith. So Dejanay plays with Dewana Bonner on Connecticut Sun.
We have seen both of these players live. Very fun.
They're amazing. And I mean, watching Alyssa Thomas, like, I know she's not a part of this conversation, but she's a part of Dyke Drama.
One of the strongest people I've ever seen.
In my life.
And I know we don't talk about the league that shall not be named that often, but the NBA equivalent of Kawhi Leonard.
Yes.
Dejanay Carrington fouled Erica Wheeler, and afterwards Erica went to confront her, and Erica got pushed back by her own teammate, Nalissa Smith, who is Dejanay Carrington's ex. Oh my fucking God.
That's so sweet, though. She still cares. They still care.
I mean, I'm sorry, but like, it's a small room. It's soundproofed. Do you want to kiss?
Sorry, we just had to kiss.
It's hard to hear about all of the horny dykey drama and not get horny and dykier.
Yeah.
And that's the power of the league. At a time when
I thought you were going to say Christ.
Oh, What's the difference? At a time when queer people are under constant attack, Christ has blessed us with beautiful, gorgeous dyke drama so that we may fill our cunty cups.
Filling our cunty cups with our dykey drama. And I feel like this is the tip of the iceberg.
Okay.
Like this is just like this week's drama.
If you could match make a WNBA couple, and we don't even have to see them date. It could just be like behind closed doors. There's a pack.
We don't have to see them.
They don't have to date publicly. This can be like a forever closeted situation.
Oh, which I love.
A yearning.
Okay, a yearning. Okay. Cameron Brink and Kate Martin.
Wow.
Wouldn't they actually kind of be cute?
Uh-huh.
I mean, she's so tall, and that one's so short and so gay.
Okay. I think I'm gonna go with Tasha Cloud.
Uh-huh.
And Nika Mule.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
That's hot.
Yeah.
That's hot.
I think I would find that really thrilling.
And since we said it, those people are now dating.
You have
everyone.
You have to manifest these things.
That's right.
And part of manifesting is just telling everyone that they're dating.
That's so like, it feels like fifth grade. It's like, so we decided you all are dating.
I mean, can you remember what happened to the world when we found out about Sue and Megan? That was life-changing for a lot. I think people came out because of that.
Yes, 100% they did. But I feel like this is something we're going to need to start tracking, like dyke drama of the week in the league and in multiple leagues, because it's all over in WSL.
Well, and we forget sometimes that some of these players are married.
Yes.
Like, who are the players on it was Sky for a while. Do you remember who I'm talking about? They're a married couple. They're both like guards.
I can't think of it right now. We'll have to
Haley,
look
do you know who I'm talking about? They're a married couple. They were playing on the Sky. They won the chip last year, right? With Candace. Okay, don't fucking call them the Vanderquigs.
The internet loves the Vanderquigs.
Okay, audience, I'm going to come back in. So we had to take a break to ask Haley, our producer, the name of the two players that were married that I was thinking of. And Haley hate crimed us and called this couple the Vanderquigs.
Well, the Vanderquigs.
And when you separate the names, what are they, Katie?
Vandersloot and
Quigley.
I almost said Quigamycin as if it was a medicine. I need to take my dose of Quigamycin. That's kind of fun. Gotta take my dose. Oh, our producer Harry, I think, doesn't like my jokes.
They're silencing us.
Yeah, silencing us. Okay, we've been going through a lot of your DMs. We love them. Keep sending them. And you know what we keep hearing? And it's totally something that's been a blind spot that we are now absolutely covering, and that is the Paralympics. Paris is going to be the largest ever. And one of the craziest details is that the Olympics and the Paralympic Games will share a logo for the first time ever. Like, what?
That's fucking awesome.
It's awesome, but why have they not?
It's the same thing as in my mind, it's the same thing as the March Madness being allowed to be used by the women. You know what I mean? It's just like, it's awesome because we get to realize how much people have been discriminated against and sidelined, and they're getting a double win. Yeah, we have to confront the fact that they've been sidelined, and they're finally getting the credit they deserve. That's awesome.
100%. And as someone who loves the Olympics, and it just means we get more Olympics. They go from the 28th of August to the 8th of September.
And don't worry, we are working to get a Paralympian on the show.
Yes, absolutely, we are on it. And 4,400 athletes in 549 events with 184 countries represented.
Ooh, and one of the youngest competitors ever has been selected for the Paralympics this year is 13 years old, a 13-year-old girl.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
We are going to be following that closely, and hopefully we get if you are a Paralympian that listens. Speaking of Olympians, we're going to have our conversation with Lauren Gibbs. right after this break.
Bounce, bounce, pass. Pass, kick, pass. Jocular. We're about to get jocular.
And we're
back. Hi, jock straps. Did you miss us? What an awfully long break.
Oh my God, that was so sexual. It was insane.
I feel like I shouldn't have been in the room.
Yeah, well, a lot of people. Yeah, a lot of people
feel that
around
way.
me.
We are so jazzed, so excited that we have a real life Olympian. Okay, crack open that
Sorry,
late at night.
Please do not fucking say his name on the air. I don't want them to know I have an addiction unless they want to sponsor me.
At 6 p.m.
We just keep going and going and going.
I know
gosh.
the grind just does
I don't
not
drink
stop.
caffeine either.
You don't.
What?
To be an Olympian, we need to be vegan day one, and no alcohol.
Vegan
no
day
caffeine.
one means day one of being vegan.
Day
Just
one
so
of
we're
being
clear.
Yes. So not only is our guest Lauren Gibbs an Olympian, this is also her first day of being a vegan. So by the time it drops on Thursday, we'll see if you still are.
Oh my God,
That's
huge.
so much pressure.
We're going to check back in.
Okay, great.
All right. So, I mean, I just said your name, but would you please give us your name, introduce yourself, and your pronouns?
Yeah, my name is Lauren Gibbs. She, her.
Gorgeous.
Lauren, when you came in here, I felt like I was seeing like an old friend. Like I kind of barely greeted you because I feel like we've been living together online.
I love that for us.
I do too. You're the first. The internet knows that I love you because you're the first comment on every video I watch.
Okay, so you're the second person who's told me. It's like, I see all of your comments. And if anybody else is out there that sees all my comments, I apologize.
Don't
advance.
apologize.
Or you're welcome. Whichever.
I think you're
Welcome.
winning the internet. You're
Okay.
like, because you're going in and you're just saying like, it's never super mean. It's never negative. You're kind of just like, and here's a cheeky little thing. And then you're out.
Sometimes the cheeky things get me in trouble. I called America the frat house of the world, and some people didn't like it.
Wow. It is the frat house of the world.
Right?
And I feel like people would think that's a compliment.
I was like, you're the one saying it's a negative thing by getting all mad.
There you go.
Yeah. Then Britain would be the boarding school of the
Oh,
world.
definitely. Or is it finishing school? What's that?
Finishing school feels.
finishing
What is that?
school?
What would that be like? French?
I feel like that's very French. The Netherlands is like where you go when you get kicked out of boarding school.
Nice.
I feel like the Netherlands is the farm that everyone's sending their dog to when they're actually getting euthanized.
We used to live there. So Lauren, I do have to say we did
Sorry.
used to live there. And I wouldn't say it was the most positive season of our lives. Whether that's because of the Netherlands or not, we can't say.
Yeah, but it's beautiful, like that farm in their minds. But then you go there and they're actually going to kill you. I don't know. I feel like it's actually kind of apt.
That got dark real quick.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
It's okay.
So let's lighten it back up. So
Caffeine.
all that caffeine. Also, I hate to out her right now, but my girlfriend drank a third of a cup of a this morning, was immediately sick, had to throw the rest out.
Are you fucking around?
That happened this morning.
Weak.
She found one in the fridge and was like, well, I'll have some.
Please beep it every time we say because I feel like this is like the drink that kids are having and their like brains are exploding. But like,
Is this the Four Loko of like this generation?
yes.
Yeah, I think so.
And I was
think so.
around for Four Loko.
Same.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
we
yeah, I
did
was-
that shit.
Yeah, we did.
Coolant. Straight coolant.
Straight up, dude. So it's so weird to say this, but we have a fucking Olympian in our midst.
That's so fucking cool.
what
you.
year? 2018?
2018.
Wow.
Yep.
Do you feel like different? Do you feel better than us? And the answer should be yes, but if
Yeah.
it's no, I want to know why.
No.
Why?
Why?
Well, I didn't intend to go to the Olympics, so it still kind of catches me off guard.
Explain that.
I tried it as a joke when I was 30.
Yeah. Now
Yeah.
this I knew. Yeah, and you did not grow up doing winter sports.
No, I'm from LA.
Right. It was
I
like
hate the
soccer and
cold.
volleyball.
That is
Yeah.
so
She did some
bad.
I did my
research.
research. Yeah.
So badass.
Yeah.
Now, tell me how you tried out as a joke, but you tried out for bobsledding as a joke.
Yeah.
How did we get here?
That is the best bit that's ever happened. Like, yeah, I'm just going to go see how bobsledding will do.
So I have a really good friend named Jill Potter. I was living in Denver. She is a when was that Olympics? 2016 rugby Olympian. And she walked into the gym one
Very
day.
hot.
Yeah, she's amazing. Walked into the gym one day and she was like, how much do you back squat? I was like, 375.
Fucking hell.
She was like, how much do you deadlift? I was like, 425, 435.
God damn it.
And she's like, she was like, can you sprint? And I was like, what's the deal? And she's like, you should bobsled. I was like, what?
Wow.
Yeah, because you also did track.
Track.
Yeah.
And then volleyball in college.
So did they?
What position in volleyball?
Opposite, of course.
Wow.
You weren't an opposite?
Middle.
A left-handed middle.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've done that for like a hot second. It messes people up.
My block. It's mostly because of my blocking. Yeah. Wow. Okay. So she says this to you. You think she's kind of fucking around, but you're like, okay.
Well, I found out that the tryout was at the Olympic Center in Colorado Springs, and I didn't know there were centers dedicated to Olympians. So I was like, I'm gonna go find me some Olympians. And I think it was like for $45, I could tour the campus and eat in the cafeteria.
Oh my God.
You can get me to do anything if you promise me food.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, that is a good price for that ticket. Like,
Right?
there's no Olympic sport that I can try out for, but right now yet. But I would absolutely do that.
Yeah, right?
I'm sorry. Like, I hope the audience, I don't know. I feel like people that don't lift don't understand what your numbers are. Like, what the numbers that you're saying you're lifting are incredible to me.
Thank you.
Like kind of even cooler than being an Olympian. And I'm going to be honest about that. I mean,
you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
it's crazy. When did you get that strong? Or have you always been strong and then you like got the right form? Tell
I came
us.
out that way.
Yeah.
Like I climbed out of my crib at 8 months old.
Hell yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you did. Yes,
Yeah.
you did.
Yeah.
Insane.
I do think Olympians, like, as I believe 100% that it's hard work. I believe that it's hard work every day. And I do think that you're born like Hercules. Like there's just
Maybe.
like a little extra gold in there.
There's a little luck in there too, because you can get hurt real bad bobsledding.
God damn. Yeah. So what are the most common injuries in bobsledding?
Well, I tore both of my hip labrums.
Hip labrums?
The labrums of my hip.
The labrums,
that's
how you push
that's
a
the
baby?
labia of the hip.
Labia of the hips.
Anyone see us.
That makes sense.
Hip labia.
Hip labrums. Yes, so I tore both of them. And
At the same time?
I don't know. I think the right one I tore in 2015.
Now, because we're idiots, will you explain what the labrum is?
Yeah, so essentially you have your femur head and it goes into your acetabulum. And
Right.
then there's like a little like layer of like cartilage, like I don't know what it is, that's supposed to kind of keep the hip in place and create structure.
Yeah.
And what happens is little bony processes grow off either your acetabulum or your femur and it starts ripping.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so eventually like I just couldn't generate any more power. So I had surgery in 2022 instead of going to China. So I watched my teammates compete.
Oh my God.
It was fun. It was fun. The funny part was I hear someone saying she's in tachycardia and, you know, I watched Grey's and I watched ER. I was like, I know what tachycardia is. And I didn't realize they were talking about me because I was like watching my teammates go down. Like watching is so much worse than doing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it's like you can't do anything about it. When I'm in it. I'm like, I'm going to destroy you. But I'm like, please destroy them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
all that adrenaline is going somewhere. It's being used.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Okay, so what for our audience and for us, will you describe bobsledding the best of your ability to and think of the audience is blind right now, so every detail you can muster.
Okay, well, this is how it was described to me when I asked. It's like being kicked off a cliff in a trash can.
Okay.
Ooh.
And you said
I'm gonna do
only
that.
$45?
Yeah. No,
I'll be there.
Oh, and it eats your hip labia? Yeah.
Yeah. I think I'm going to be there. I've been trying to get rid of that stuff for years. Let's shred it up.
That's funny.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a little, and I mean this like with warmth, it's a bit mentally ill.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because what's it like? So, okay, so cliff, trash can. How true do you feel like that? Is that what it feels like?
I mean, it did my first ride down, it feels like a controlled car crash or like really bad turbulence. But now it's just like normal.
Is it enjoyable?
I have fun. I enjoy it.
It looks fucking awesome.
It does look fucking
and
awesome.
just in case you're not like getting the imagery of like being kicked off a cliff with in a trash can, bobsledding is the one where people grab a sled and they run really, 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 really fast for like what, 20 yards, 10 yards?
We do meters, so like maybe 30, 40 meters.
30, 40 meters.
Yeah.
And then they jump on to this little sled together and they whip around some curves.
Yeah, you're with another person in there.
Yeah.
You're called the brake. What's your role? The brake.
Brake woman.
Brake woman.
And
brake
why is
woman.
it called that?
Because I pull the brakes at the end.
Oh, I assumed it was BREAK because you were like breaking speed. I'm telling you, this is a podcast run by idiots for idiots.
For idiots.
I'm in the right place.
Yeah.
Yeah, truly, it's one of my favorite. I love the Olympics. It's one of my favorite sports to watch, and I just stand there with my arms crossed, going, "Look at them go!"
Flying.
I watched you in
Yeah.
2018.
thanks.
Yeah, oh my gosh,
Appreciate
of course. I watch every Olympics all the time.
Yeah, we're kind of Olympic heads.
We are Olympic
You
heads.
probably know more about the Olympics than I do.
Probably 1996 Atlanta. That's my favorite.
We were living together for the Olympics, weren't we, in 2018?
Yeah.
So we
would
probably watched
watch
them
it.
together.
We watched it. So we were in a show together in Chicago, and we would put every event that we could on the TV backstage of our show.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So anytime we went backstage, we were just watching the
Just like
Olympics.
come back around for a new sport. Yeah. I like that.
What is the average like miles per hour you're going for?
70 to 90.
Oh my God.
I thought you were going to say like 30 to 35.
Me too.
I really was like,
Me too.
That would be so slow.
Jesus.
what do
Yeah.
you start at? Like if we were to go to Lake Placid and the two of us first, we have to
Because
somehow fit together on it.
You could not be putting us down a fucking mountain 90
not?
miles an hour. Because
From the top or from like, so they do passenger rides too, like from halfway down or the top?
you said from the top and my stomach dropped.
Okay, halfway. Let's go halfway.
Halfway, you'd probably get like, a passenger ride will get up to like 65. So not too fast. It's slow enough where like I stick my head out and I'm like waving at the camera because there's a camera on the sled usually for the passenger rides.
Okay, Bob Slay.
Nice.
We had to do it at some point.
Bobsled.
That is what they call it
Bobsleigh?
in Europe. They call it bobsleigh.
Bobsleigh? Okay, we're going to get on the bobsleigh.
Exactly.
Go
Time to
down.
stay.
Yeah, get on the bobsleigh.
It's so horrible. Yelp fell off the sleigh.
But don't worry, we got Yost. He's ready to go.
Yacht is in the back. He's the brakeman.
To break man. But what is it like? So you're 30 when you start this. So
Yeah.
you've had this entire corporate career,
Yeah.
Ivy League grad, athlete all your life, but never a professional athlete.
Right.
What does that change? Like you give up your job?
Yeah, I quit my job. It was like 2 months after graduating from grad school. So
Yeah.
my parents were like, what?
At Pepperdine?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got my executive MBA at Pepperdine. And I just didn't really like my job all that much. Mm-hmm. And so I thought, I will bobsled for 4 years and take that time to figure out what I meant to do.
Wow.
And if I'm lucky enough, I'll get to be an alternate and like get some gear and go support the team. And that's not really how it turned out.
How freaked out were your parents? Were they just, freaked out in the best way too?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. At the Olympics or me bobsledding?
both.
So like bobsledding, my mom was like, oh, honey, that's great. I think she thought I'd do it for like a year. And
Yeah.
then my dad, he's a psychologist. So he was like, huh?
Yeah.
He needed to know the details. This is why.
He was like, exactly. He's like, what do you mean? Like
Yeah.
it didn't like, it was like I wasn't speaking a language he could understand. So yeah. Yeah.
And when you called them about the Olympics, do you remember their response?
Yeah, so they told us in St. Moritz, Switzerland at like 11 p.m. our time. So what's like 6 hours earlier than that for home, or 9 hours. So a press release goes out when they announce the team. And so just so they got it from me, I put a bunch of people in a group text and I was like, I'm going to the Olympics, exclamation mark. And that was it.
Oh my God. Were they awake? Were people like awake,
Yeah, 'cause
ready
it was
for
earlier, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just the most incredible story.
Thank you.
So at some point in this journey, you like in my mind, I kind of I think we fell into the same social circles on the internet because you're a good advocate and you
Thank
have
you.
been especially vocal about trans women being able to play sports and women's sports. How did you fall into that? When did you realize like that was a voice that you needed to let out?
I think it was when I saw all these very terrible and awful things being said about trans women.
Yeah.
And like from the same people who say women's sports aren't real sports. And, you know, as a Black woman, I feel like a lot of different groups have advocated for me. So it felt special to be able to, you know, advocate for others, especially in an arena. See, I did that arena. That I'm considered a, you know, a professional in or a specialist in or, you know, I know a lot about it. So,
That's beautiful.
and I think it started with Caster Semenya, who is not a trans woman, but you know they've barred her from competing because of her hormone levels, and so it's like, you know, where does it stop? Where does it end? But at the same time, like, just let people play and, you know,
Right.
build community and learn teamwork and how to overcome things. Like, that's what sports are supposed to be about. And I feel like so much of that was lost in that conversation.
Oh, there was no nuance to that.
You know, I think a lot of people's and I'm really, it's going to sound like a joke and I'm not kidding. I think a lot of people's understanding of trans women playing sports is from the very revealing movie Joanna Man. They're like, I'm not kidding. I think that a lot of people that don't know trans women are like, exactly. If a man has an opportunity to go play with the women, he will, because he can dominate them. Imagine how good I'd be if I got to play in the WNBA. Like, it's really this.
I'd love to see that, actually, because those people would get
Yeah, I'm sorry, Phil.
destroyed.
You wouldn't.
Exactly, but it really is, and they're studying it. They're like, it was like a recent article. It was like either the Advocate or the New Yorker, but they were like studying the brains of men that think that, because they're saying that the majority of men believe that they could beat a professional woman athlete, even if they've not played that sport. So the majority of men.
Yeah.
And the guy that was interviewing them and doing the research on this was a guy that specializes in like rage. And so it comes back to a lot of male entitlement and a lot of male anger. But it is like, it seems that their understanding is, well, if a trans woman goes out there, then it's that very limited understanding of this is just a man in a dress because he wants to get ahead.
Yeah.
And I don't know where you would be getting that idea unless, of course, it's a projection of self. It's you thinking, well, I'm really mediocre with other men, but I would dominate women, which, of course,
Just be more mediocre with women.
you would just be more mediocre with women. And we don't have the statistics to prove that trans women have a leg up. In fact, we have statistics to prove otherwise. A lot of the trans women that are taking hormones are taking a step down. You know what I mean? They're it's a hindrance playing against cis women.
Yeah.
So that's why I say, like, in a non-joking way, I think that these cultural concepts are just like a bunch of male projections. And the first time I ever saw like the idea of this ghoulish trans woman was Joanna Man.
Yeah. That's insane.
Yeah.
Now I gotta watch it.
I know.
again.
I've never seen it.
You didn't see it?
No, gotta watch it.
Do you remember that movie?
Oh, 100%. I
just never
remember
seen
it.
it, yeah.
It was just not something that I was like,
Well,
I gotta see.
Let me just say real quick that the other part of this is that he puts literally on a dress. Okay, and he goes into the WNBA because he's kicked out of the NBA. He starts dunking on all the women, and then he goes into the locker rooms and he like uses it as a chance to like ogle all the women. So it like actually is a direct, like, everything they're saying, where they're like, trans women, if they go into the locker rooms, they will sexually assault the women. They will do this. They just want to be in the bathroom. It's all men, like, and that was a comedy. Men were watching that being like, exactly.
I'd love to do
Exactly.
that. I'd love to do that.
Oh my
I'd love
God.
to dunk on their little bitty hoops.
Finally, someone's living my dream.
Okay. So you take these, you say to yourself, I'm going to take these 4 years to figure out what I'm going to do. But in my mind, what you're going to do is the Olympics. How do you have time to really think about those next steps? Like, how did you kind of prioritize looking at the future while you were becoming ingrained, what I have to imagine is a pretty small circle of athletes.
Yeah, I didn't because I really started to love bobsled.
Yeah.
So that's why I did the second 4 years because I still didn't know what I wanted to do.
Is there a third 4 years?
I'm 40 now.
And? You were 30 then?
Yeah.
And I'm kind of looking at you, bro. You look strong as hell.
Yeah.
I am. The problem is I'd have to lose like 40 pounds.
But you're vegan now.
Yeah, day one vegan.
Day one vegan.
So day 2 is like a 40-pound cut, right?
Is it?
I think so.
Oh my God, if it is, then sure. Absolutely count me in.
Okay. Whoa,
Yeah.
that was easy.
Yeah. Look, I miss bobsled every single day.
Really?
Yeah.
Would you coach?
No, I don't have the patience for that.
Oh, really?
No.
What is a bobsled coach like?
First of all, I don't know how to drive a bobsled. I only know how to push it and sit in it and then make it stop.
You've never done the driving.
Oh, I have. I just didn't do it very well. Like I did
Okay.
a driving school. And so,
You got your license in bobsled?
no, I don't think I got my license. I flipped myself a lot of times.
Really?
I'm pretty sure a sled punched me in the face at one point. I had a helmet on, but I just remember being like, "Pah," and there's like red. The sled was red. There's like a red mark on my helmet.
No.
Yeah.
Oh my
Wait,
good
I
God.
guess I also didn't understand enough about the sled. So like I thought I couldn't tell if you guys were steering it or if it's like you're moving your bodies for momentum. Is it both and or either?
So I literally push, jump in, and then I sit like this
Uh-huh.
for
Wow.
a minute. And then my pilot in the front has these little D rings, and she's like pulling right and left to steer it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So your job is done in a way once you, it's
Hit
not
it and
done,
quit it.
but hit it and quit it.
Yeah.
Do you- and
Actually,
you-
get in it. Hit it and get in it.
You try to get as like compact as possible, is that right?
Yeah, there is like aerodynamics is a thing, and we've done like wind tunnel testing, and it's kind of hard to see like the real differences. But like I lost gold by 700ths of a second. I know I can't even think that fast.
Oh my God. No.
And then the pilot hops in and she drives. So I sit there, and I essentially become equipment. So if we hit a wall, I'm supposed to absorb the force instead of like the sled bouncing back and forth. So you can't get tight. So if you do that, the force will ricochet back out. So I need to stay like my top half stays a little loose so that I can absorb some of the force. It doesn't hurt per se. I mean,
Why am I so scared for you?
No, my eyes are getting so big. So you, but then a part of me was like, kind of hot to say that you basically become equipment. I don't know.
I know. We all liked that.
I know. We all
Everyone
liked
that.
it. We gotta say it.
No one's going to say they didn't like it.
I gotta say it like that one.
This is your Olympic ring.
yes.
Yeah, I've been staring at it.
Sorry, I didn't bring Geraldine, my medal.
How heavy is it?
And how did you
2
name
pounds. I don't know. I just was like in South Korea, and I was like, I will name you Geraldine. That was-
And
This
you get to
is
keep
the
it
coolest
immediately.
thing
Yeah.
I have ever
Wow.
held.
Yeah.
Oh my goddamn hell. This
Yeah.
is beautiful.
Thank you.
And they give you those?
Yeah, I upgraded mine. Well, we were supposed to win gold, so
Yeah.
that's okay. I'm over it.
Are you competitive enough that like chews at you a bit?
It chews at me a bit just because, and this is not to take anything away from the German team.
Of course.
Those two did a fantastic, consistent job. But we outpushed them over 4 runs by 0.8 of a second. So how, like, the equipment, we struggle a little bit in the U.S. with the equipment. You know, I always say that bobsled in Germany is like a real sport, and
Yeah,
bobsled in the
yeah.
U.S. is something that happens every 4 years for most people.
Yeah.
And so they're
This is
just
beautiful. Thank
very,
you.
Thank you. They're very far ahead of us with sled technology, and so, you know, we just didn't have the right steering capacity to get through some of the corners.
Wow. How
Yeah.
do they have that technology? And we don't. As an American, I'm like, why do they get it and we don't?
Because they invest in it.
Okay.
They have a bigger budget. You know,
And isn't that always the answer?
Yeah.
I'm lucky I have a sales background, so I made my way. And
Uh-oh, Cutco.
yeah, Cutco.
Yeah. So many of my friends did Cutco.
I made like 20 grand a summer.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Did any of your friends do Cutco? Oh my, yeah. All of my friends did it and they made so much money. 20 grand a summer while you were at Brown? Mm-hmm. That's insane. In
Yeah.
Providence, or you come home?
Both. So in the summer I'd come home, and then in the spring I would sell knives.
Whoa.
Yeah. That's cool.
That's cool. That's cooler than saying Cutco, I gotta tell you.
What? Cutco sounds fun.
No, but selling knives, sick.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you have this whole sales background.
Yeah.
You then went into like managing and sales and all of that. So that helped you market yourself as an Olympian.
Right. Yeah.
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 So you were able to like find the story.
Yeah, I got a couple of sponsors.
Yeah.
They're fantastic. And yeah, some of them I still work with, which is great.
What's the next big step for you? What's like the next dream job?
Oh, I have my dream job.
Tell us.
So I work for the Posse Foundation. Cool. Have you guys ever heard of Posse?
Tell us
just
everything.
By researching you, but I want to hear more about
So
it.
it started in the 80s. There was a kid from New York that dropped out of college, and he came back home and said, I never would have dropped out of college if I'd had my posse with me.
Oh.
Yeah. And my brilliant boss, who was 23 at the time, was like, ooh, that's a great idea. Let's send students to college in a cohort. So if you're from Brooklyn, New York, and you end up in the middle of Vermont, you're less likely to pack up and go home. And long story short, Posse is a diversity initiative that doesn't screen for race or need. The students win full merit tuition scholarships.
Cool.
And we've sent 13,000 students to college. And the goal is to create a network of leaders that better represent the diversity of the country.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's so, I mean, I feel like my sister and I'm Appalachian and like, how is a kid from Appalachia supposed to, you can't.
Right.
There's no support structure. There's none of it.
Yeah.
So to be able to have, I'm going to cry. It's to have your people with you.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
It's life-changing.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
It absolutely is.
Yeah.
So you're out here kind of being a good person.
Trying.
That's cool. What did your parents do right?
So, first of all, they worked incredibly hard. Both of my parents worked. My mom both of them have just always really celebrated me being me. I've always been very outspoken. I've always been the one that's like, oh, that's kind of mean. Don't be mean. And I don't know, they're fantastic. They're two of my favorite people in the entire world.
Oh,
Yeah.
how lucky. That's awesome.
Oh, I am the luckiest person I know by
Yeah.
far.
Do you want to say
Hands
their
down.
first names so we can make them the mom and dad of the pod
Yeah,
today?
Akila and Albert.
Akila, Albert.
Mom and dad of the pod.
Yeah.
We love you.
Oh,
you
Mom
did
and
a
Dad of the pod.
great
Mom and Dad of the
job. Mom and Dad of the pod.
Oh my God, I'm gonna get a T-shirt with their faces on it. It says "Mom and Dad of the Pod."
Yeah.
Save it for the pod.
Akila would be so excited. Al's gonna be like, "What?
Why do I have
What's a
this?
pod?"
I love Al.
You would love Al.
Okay, let's take a quick break, and when we come back, we're gonna play a game with you. That's kind of like our Olympics.
Yeah, kind of.
I do say that everybody can have their own Olympic moment.
Whoa.
Well, you're about to experience ours right after this commercial break.
Bounce, bounce, pass. Pass, kick, pass. Jocular. We're about to get jocular.
Welcome back.
Welcome.
Do you like that? How could you have anticipated welcome?
Welcome. Welcome back.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, for our one and only favorite game. It says for one of our favorite games of all time. Not true. It's my one and only favorite. This is my Olympics. This is a game of Would You Rather.
Okay.
And Katie and I each came up with 3 questions.
Scared.
They're scholarly. They're serious. You know, answer them honest.
Okay.
Okay, you want me to go first?
Rip it, Katie.
Would you rather, is that a gel manicure?
It's the powder ones.
Okay, that works even better.
Yeah.
Would you rather peel a 1x1 powder manicure, nothing to help you besides your own hands, 1x1 right after you had it done,
Oh my God. I'm sick.
or have to be the driver of the bobsled for a week?
Oh, driver of the bobsled for a week.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it sick to peel those off?
Yeah, I was whitewater rafting once and like hit the I don't know, something wrong and one just popped off. It hurt real bad.
So when y'all say powder, what the hell are you talking about?
Or it's called dip. I don't know what it's called.
So mine's like a regular polish, right? Hers is they put like a coat. They put like a clear coat almost on it, and then they dip it in the color powder and shake it off. And at the end, you kind of look like your finger is like watermelon surface, or like it feels like a fruit almost. And then they file it down to look beautiful like her nails.
They like
Wow, that's so intense.
bake it. They bake it.
They do bake it.
What happened to paint?
What happened to paint?
It's still around.
Or polish?
It's still around.
It's still around.
Why do you pick? I'm sorry. These are serious questions. Why do you pick the powder over the paint or the polish?
These don't chip.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm learning something new. The audience might be able to tell who's the butchest. Okay, everyone. Would you rather be berated by Simone Biles
Oh.
or Serena Williams? And I'm talking in your face. Are you stupid, bitch? Can you fucking hear me? I'm talking to you. Look at me. Like it's like the most like derogatory dog shit you've ever heard.
I don't know. I mean, I would be honored to be rated by either of them.
Exactly. Obviously, it'd be kind of horny.
But I think it'd be funnier if it was Simone. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be
Yes.
funnier.
Yeah.
To me, it would be really scary if it was Serena Williams. Like because she's so fucking like strong and she's got that like that real like mama energy.
But I'm like strong too, so
But I don't know.
I'd probably cry because I love Serena.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, of course you would cry.
Right.
I'm telling you, there's something about moms where their strength is like
Facts.
in their eyes.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I would much more afraid of Serena Williams than like Mr. Olympia. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Would you rather have to coach Shaun White through giving a TED talk on all of the rules and nuances of bobsledding? You have an hour to train him. But that'd be how frustrating it would be to coach someone into doing, and that has no idea
But
what
I
you're
love
doing.
that it's just like you're like, and it's Shaun White.
It's Olympics, right? And or have to wear your uniform from the 2018 Olympic Games to every major life event. Funerals, weddings, commencement addresses.
I like either. I would mind doing either.
Oh, you like both of them?
Yeah, I like both of them.
So this is an actual like would you rather then, because it's like actually both is good.
Both are good.
So which one of these favorite things would you like?
Would you like to get married in your uniform from 2018?
more
Or it'd be
sense.
like Shaun White, who's like, I don't know any of the rules, and you're on the sideline like, okay.
I
Here, we're
think
gonna explain
Shaun
it to
White,
you.
that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good
That'd be
story.
fun. Yeah.
It would be fun. And I think he'd probably do a good job.
My like hair and part of my shoulder is in his documentary.
Oh,
Yeah, because I was there when he won gold.
congrats.
And I have, right? My teammate like screenshotted and sent it to me. Because when he won gold, I took a selfie and I didn't realize the selfie was like him crying, holding the flag. I know, and it's great. I'm like,
That's awesome.
yeah.
I love it.
Shout out to Shaun White. He's a good dude.
Amazing.
Brother of the pod.
Brother of the pod.
Brother of the pod.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you rather enter every room saying, "Who's Bob? Am I right?" Or sleep on the Olympic fuck-proof beds for the rest of your life?
Who's Bob?
Yeah.
I'm a terrible sleeper, so I can't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it like in the Olympic Village?
So we didn't have those beds.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Were
the
people
fir-
smanging and banging?
Probably. Yeah, I'm sure.
Smanging them by
Yeah. We didn't have those beds, but I mean, it's fun. I think it's probably more chaotic in summer because there's more people and it's warm out, but it was like freezing in Korea. And so like, didn't really want to be outside, but after you compete, it's a lot more fun because then you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, it does seem like, so you would prefer for your event to go early in the Olympics so you can
I wouldn't say that.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I had fun the entire time. I was like, if I make the games, I'm going to have a time.
Yeah.
And I did. Yeah.
Who's the horniest group of athletes there, do you think?
At the winter or just Olympics overall?
I'll say winter.
I don't know.
It just feels like they have so much adrenaline. There's so many things like pumping through them.
If you remember, I'm like on the older side, so I wasn't in with the cool kids. I went to bed at a reasonable time. I made sure to hydrate.
That's ideal.
I had
That is
egg whites
ideal.
and oatmeal every day for breakfast.
Yum.
You know.
Yeah.
Yum. What the hell's wrong with me? Okay.
I mean, I
Yum.
don't mind it.
No, not bad.
Go
Okay.
off, Katie.
Would you rather have would you rather have oh my god, Supreme Court Justice Elena Kagan as your driver or Supreme Court Justice Sonia Sotomayor?
You're an idiot.
You don't know? Okay, I'll come up with a different one.
Whoever drives better. Do they even drive? They don't drive, right? Do they drive themselves? I
They
feel like
don't
they
drive
don't.
themselves.
there's
They
no-
don't. They don't, right?
I don't think they're allowed in a driver's
Right.
seat.
I mean, they may
ever.
not even have like a valid license.
No.
I guess who would you rather drive you around, Simone Biles or Serena Williams?
Serena Williams.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Once
Yeah.
again, that's the other side of the mom thing. I'm trusting her driving.
Right.
Simone,
Yeah.
gonna be playing music, gonna be turning the little knobs.
Hey.
Yeah,
Yes. Or Sue Bird or Megan Rapinoe.
That's really rude to make me
That's
pick.
fucked up.
So
Katie.
What? Oh, and it was fine for me to put two of our Supreme Court justices.
No, it was not okay for you to do that
No.
either.
I feel I always include a Supreme. I have like kind of a love for the Supreme Court. It's not a big deal.
Really? Because they're kind of like
No, they're
screwing
horrible.
us
I
over.
love.
I love the current Supreme Court.
iteration.
I love my rights being taken away.
Yeah.
You do love that. It's your
Love
kink. Okay, I'm gonna ask my question.
Oh, wait. Megan Rapinoe.
Okay.
I played soccer was my first love, so
Oh,
yeah. Yeah.
I won't tell Sue.
I mean, yeah, okay. I don't think she'll care.
I don't think she will either.
No. No.
Like who?
Yeah. Picked Megan. Okay. Once again. This is a two-parter.
Ooh.
Okay.
Would you rather fuck a pole vaulter or a decathlete? Would you rather be a pole vaulter or a decathlete?
Why are you bringing decathletes? in here?
Because I have a weird vendetta against you.
No, it's really. I don't
Katie
really.
hates decathletes. Like it was like a big. We had to like edit it out of an episode. She hates decathletes so much.
I'm kind of like just be really great at one.
Yeah.
Or I'd be great at that many.
Well, don't poison her answer. I want to
No, I would say pole vaulter for both.
You want to fuck a pole vaulter and be a pole vaulter.
Yeah, because like first of all, decathlete, that seems like a lot of work. Remember, like my performance in the Olympics was maybe all of 30 seconds. Like I pushed a sled for 30 seconds.
With your big ass powerful legs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but to think about doing 10 events in one day, that sounds terrible.
Yeah, exactly. It's terrible. It's terrible.
No, it sounds terrible to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's boring to watch.
No.
You keep checking in with them and they're still
Audience, I'm
doing
sorry I
it.
did this.
I want like the 30 seconds. I want to see bobsled. I want to see fast.
I can't believe. I guess I think I would choose decathlete over pole vault for doing because the pole vault itself to me
It's terrifying.
terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do they
It
not
is
have
really
to
scary.
pole vault in decathlete?
Do they have to fucking pull? Oh my god,
What are
they
the 10
do. I'm a dumbass.
What do they do? Run, swim, bike, yawn.
I think. Yeah,
bike.
I think you're talking about the Iron Man.
Or triathlon.
Yawn, swimming and biking, whatever. Archery, maybe.
We
You really like archery, don't you? That's
I
the
love
second
archery.
time.
and
I do.
Sheila also likes the horse seats.
Dressage.
Oh, when they do the horse giddy?
Yeah, yeah,
Gritty?
yeah.
Gritty. Horse gritty?
Horse greedy.
Horse gritty.
Check out this horse greedy. Okay, there is something that we do ask everyone. We're really into the sport power slapping. Are you familiar?
Dog, if you're not familiar, I would say look it up for 5 seconds and then turn it off and kind of try to brush your brain.
Yeah.
What is that?
People, it's literally people slapping each other.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
feet planted.
Yeah.
Can't move the feet at all.
Yeah, I love the slow-mos.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my god.
Who would you be power slapped by? If you get to pick.
I can't say because I'll get in trouble for this one, but I'll tell you later. Who would I be power slapped by? I don't know. I
Reach-
pity the fool that tries to power slap me.
Reach deep within you.
Probably one of my teammates. I'll just leave it at that.
Oh my God.
Yo, women's bobsled in the U.S. is like the Hunger Games. Like trying to make a team. This is the most talented, athletic, like kick-ass humans I've ever met. And the women's team has won a medal at every Olympics since women's bobsled was allowed.
Wow.
Since 2002.
Do you want to, this as kind of your outro, do you want to shout out some of your teammates so that we can hear their names out loud the way they deserve it?
Yeah, Alana Myers-Taylor. She's
What's up?
the most decorated Black Winter Olympian.
Oh, hell yes.
And Jamie Grubel-Poser, who's retired but my best friend. So,
What's up?
yeah,
Sisters of the Pod.
there you go.
Sisters of the Pod. Well, thank you so much for listening. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Jocular Pod.
And where can we find you online?
LA Gibbs 84, just about everywhere.
And it is worth the follow.
It's worth the follow, my friends.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Please rate and review, but you know the rules. Only if it's positive. And a special thanks to Isaac and Tessa for writing in to tell us, quote, y'all are such an inspiration and have the best chemistry. Literally the best podcast we have ever listened to. Great job. Smiley face. Thank you so much. Like, it feels so good to hear that sometimes. We love hearing from you, jockstraps, so email us at jocularpod@hyperobjectindustries.com. Goodbye. Goodbye, my friends. Goodbye, fans. Goodbye, sports. And goodbye, podcasts. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye. Goodbye, fans. Go on, yeah. Goodbye, sports. You love them. Goodbye, Jocular. Come on. Jocular. That's right.
Jocular is a production of Hyperobject Industries with Meadowlark Media and was produced by Zaylee Mahone and Haley Fager. Original music and theme are by Nick Gage and ER Fightmaster. And our executive producers are Harry Nelson, Claire Slaughter, Dan Lebitard, and Adam McKay.
I have been looking at my vocal cords with these experts at USC.
Yeah.
I've never wanted to fuck something more in my life.
Shut.
When I tell you, alien pussy.
You want to...
I want to fuck my vocal cords.
Oh, my God.
They're wet. They go wee. They look like a pussy, but they go wee. God damn it. I can't stop thinking about them.
I can't wait for Tien to come back.